This is mission: create an irresistible brand. So many of you know that I am, I've mentioned that I'm a coach and a publicist, but I haven't really dug in too much into what I do and how I work so much. So I wanted to just share really quickly about me. I'm the founder of Mission Based Branding Institute. And as a brand and publicity coach, I help you to create an irresistible brand, amplify your message, and monetize your mission. And I work with social entrepreneurs. I call them us missionpreneurs, mission driven entrepreneurs, and mostly women. And also, I'm the best selling author of a couple of books. I'm a speaker and a media expert. I love uh, sharing and serving and amplifying my message. And as I've mentioned many times over the last couple of days, I had debilitating fear of public speaking, and my own journey of working through that and overcoming that is part of the reason why I can help people and serve people, and also why I created this specific event, because I know the drive that needs to come through in order to really share your message in a bigger way. In fact, when I was working with people in my earlier days of branding, a lot of times some of the women that I worked with couldn't get to the next step because they were still playing small. And so they found ways to sabotage their success. And it was not conscious, but it was just, I started to pick up on all of these different things that were coming up. So I think it's really important that we recognize. And that's why I love doing that audience exercise that we did, because it really helps to bring up things about where we have blocks. So I love building an irresistible brand is about being unique. And this is a word I've been using now for a decade. I don't know if anybody else uses it. I'm going to call it my own. And especially your unique ability is what sets you apart. Several speakers have talked about you being unique and what makes you unique. And so I liken it to being unique. And my system is called mission based branding, and it's a 7-step process to successfully getting you to create an irresistible brand you love. And these are the 7 steps. And we're not going to go through all of them because this is not enough time to talk about all of them. But we're going to talk about the first 3. And that's starting with your mission, define your ideal client. Next, you're going to create a clear brand, develop an aligned cause. This is particularly important for those of us who want to make an even bigger impact or create a legacy. Then we create an online presence, create an offline presence, and make sure that there's consistency across all platforms. So we're going to start with your mission. So why is it important to start with your mission? The customers and the public know what you stand for, which builds trust. It's part of your story, which allows you to emotionally engage with your audience. And it's tied to your uniqueness, your unique ability, which sets you apart in your industry. And your mission is a combination of your why, which are your values and principles, your passion, what you love, your unique ability, which I refer to as your skills and your talents, your genius zone, and your story, which is based on any challenges or obstacles you've overcome. And we're not going to go through it today because I did do it on Monday. On day 1, we went through some questions to help you get clarity on all of these and finding the overlaps. And whatever the overlaps are or what stood out was helping you to become more clear about your mission. And then we talked about your $1 million mission, which is bigger than just you and bigger than just your mission. And your $1 million mission is aligned with this zone of genius, your unique ability, which sets you apart. And remember that your $1 million mission, if you were here on day 1, is about making an impact that potentially reaches millions of people. And so that's the kind of, when we're talking about amplifying our voice, that's what we're ultimately, that's the goal. Now, of course, it doesn't have to be, we may never get to 1 million people, but we want to work. It's kind of a way of just helping us to amplify and grow and grow and grow our, grow that mission. So the next step, and this is a great quote from Ken Blanchard, just having satisfied customers is not enough anymore. If you really want a booming business, you have to create raving fans. So that's our next step, is defining your ideal client, making sure we're aligned with your ideal client, or your niche is another way of using that, another way of saying that. And so it's important to know your ideal client because it makes it easier to tailor your business and services to their needs. And when you're clear about your audience, it saves you time and energy in promoting your business. And understanding who you're talking to helps you to relay your message in a way that better resonates. Ultimately, you want to look for and create raving fans. And that might not be millions of people yet, but you can start with dozens, then eventually hundreds, then eventually potentially thousands, and then maybe you get to a wide, to a global stage, and then you can reach millions. So for the purposes of this presentation, I am going to have a few questions, and I'd love for you, if you have paper and pen or whatever you write with, to take that out now so that we can do some action, to do some actionable moments here. And I want you to answer the following questions. Oh, actually, before we do that, just a clarity there on who your ideal client is. I define it as a specific person who belongs to your desired niche market, niche or ideal client market, who would purchase or could benefit from the results from your products and services and is aligned with your mission. Because, in the end, if you're working with people that are maybe within your niche market and can purchase your products, but they're not in alignment with you, there's going to be a disconnect somewhere. So we always want to make sure that there's an alignment there. So now we have the questions, and you can answer these, and we're going to go through them pretty quickly. So just start to jot down what's the first things that come up for you. Who would I love to serve and or work with? Based on my story, my talents and my abilities and passions, who could I best serve? Who could most use my help now? I'll give you about a minute and a half to answer those questions. And if you've answered it, go ahead and type in the chat. I'd love to hear who your ideal clients are. And thank you, Nicola, about the unique ability. Yes. Side note, I started using those words about 10 years ago. And especially unique and unique ability went into my first book 10 years ago. So at the very least, actually it was 2011. So at the very least, if I had to go back and like timestamp when things were used, I know that I used them 10 years ago. So again, the importance of knowing who our ideal clients are is so that we can work with them and know what they want so that we can ideally provide services to them, products and services that they want, that they love, and you know, make those raving fans. So now make a list of your ideal clients, specific demographics and psychographics. Who are they and what do they care about? Start to think about what are their pains, their challenges, their dreams, their goals. Because if you can better speak to those challenges, their pain points, what they want, then you're really going to connect and engage at a next level. But for this purposes of this exercise, we'll just give you a minute to kind of brainstorm and write down some of the first thoughts you have. Okay, so we'll begin to wrap up for this piece. And then we get into the branding piece. And before I say that, get into that, I just wanted to remind everyone that there's definitely a personal brand. We can have, each of us has a personal brand, which is part of our unique ability, what makes us unique. And however, the reason that we want to identify all of these pieces with our ideal client is because there, again, needs to be an alignment. So if we're being our most authentic and unique self, but we're not speaking to the right people, then ultimately there's a disconnect there. So there needs to be an alignment with those two pieces. And now I can see my chat. And I just wanted to say moms. Okay, so Tiff is moms who are ready to start an online business. That is her niche. Women rewiring from a career, a life shift, organizations with causes to be amplified. Amazing. Tony, these women don't want to miss a special time with their young kids. Incredible. William, my ideal clients are 50 to 65-year-old singles or couples who have not planned for the possibility of experience in extended care. Incredible. Diane says, I'd love to work with empathic women who are ready to discover how to eliminate their inner blocks. Beautiful. Marqueta says, young people in their 20s searching for vision for their lives. Incredible. Wow, we've got a powerful group here. Teachers, specifically 8th grade and up. Tanya says, women transitioning into entrepreneurship. Moms and grandmas. Wow, incredible. Heart Song clients are 30 plus women who are open and willing to using their speaking and singing voice to explore their authentic self and its expression. Okay, beautiful. And Nicola says, focus on my personal Nicola brand and have the new world message. And Aaron says, people who are experiencing feelings of isolation, loneliness, shame, and or guilt. Amazing, incredible. And so it's just reading the words you're using, I can imagine that there is a tie-in already with in most cases, with each of your personal stories. It's highly connected with your unique story, with your personal mission. I love that. So a clear, focused brand keeps you top of mind. So your ideal clients are more likely to go to you when they need your product and service. So that's why we create a brand. That's why we care about branding. And so why is this important? It keeps you top of mind, so your clients are more likely to go to you. Having a strong brand helps you stand out in your industry. It sets you apart. And something that we don't often think about, it avoids confusion in the marketplace. If you're unique, if you stand out, then you're not just of one of many XYZ profession you're in. You stand out, you're on top, but when I mean on top, I'm not saying it in a competition way. I'm saying it in a way that you're unique, so you stand out and it sets you apart so that you're reaching your ideal clients. So once again, we'll have a few questions for you to answer. And let's start with your unique ability. What sets me apart in the market, in the industry? Do I or my business have a ranking in my field? For example, are you the first or the only or a pioneer? Sometimes it's the age, the youngest, the oldest, the newest. What do I or can I offer that no one else does or can? So the idea here is to think about what makes you so unique that no one else in the world can do. Like Arvi said, I love that she said, if you don't deliver your message, it's not going to be delivered. That means that your gifts, your talents, your unique ability is so much you, so ingrained to you that only you can do it. Only you can deliver it. And I'd love to also in this process, I'd love for you to note if there's anything coming up for you that says things like, there's nothing that makes me unique. I'm not different. I'm not special. That awareness is amazing for you to work through so that we can work on that, making that irresistible brand. So I'll give you another minute for this. And I welcome you to also share in the chat if there's anything that you'd love to share of what makes you most unique. I am a CLT and have been helping people for extended care possibilities and have been working in this field for over 20 years. Yeah. Yes, agreed, Nicola. Nicola said, I'm very encouraged by the mindset of something being so ingrained to you that only you can deliver your message. So messaging is also very aligned with branding. Those are both, it's all in connection with your communication message. And only you can provide a service, only you can deliver your message in your own way. In fact, doing this process, you start to find out where are you copying people? Are you trying to be somebody else? Or are you being the best Alexandra, or the best Aaron, or the best Tanya, or the best Nicola? That's beautiful, Aaron. Aaron says, as an intuitive empath, I can reflect back to emotion I feel, which in turn deepens the process without words for me. So we'll go in and we'll do this for just another minute. And this is, if you can try to fill this out, this is kind of like your niche statement, brand identity statement. It could also be like a elevator pitch of sorts. So you would say, my name or my brand is you add a ranking there, if there is one, like your first or the oldest or the youngest, and then your unique quality, what makes you stand out in your profession. And then you can add your mission. And I help moms, women entrepreneurs, whatever your niche is, with a specific service to achieve a specific benefit. So all of those little words sound funny, but basically you say, I am the first missionpreneur mentor. That's something I could say is true. And I'm on a mission to help women entrepreneurs to create their irresistible brands, monetize their mission, and share their messages with the world so that they can achieve and fulfill their missions. Beautiful. Kathleen says, I bring my authentic, caring heart and deep intuition in sharing heart song. So I think the main message that I want to impart with this piece here is that it's what makes you unique. That's your authentic self. That's the genuine piece that is only for you. And then there's aligning it with who you're serving and how you can serve them. So yesterday when we said, a lot of speakers said, it's not about you, that's because we're talking about, they were addressing this piece of how are we helping others? How are we serving them? What words are they using? What words are resonating with them? And so what's the blend of what makes you unique with what is going to best serve your ideal clients? If that makes sense, type in the chat yes. Or if you need me to explain it again, let me know. Okay, awesome. I'm getting some yeses. Amazing, great. Please offer more explanation. Okay, great. I will do so in one moment. So yeah, so the idea is that we have our unique talents, our unique mission, our genius zone, and our mission is only mine. I only have my mission, my unique ability is only for me. It's not anybody else's. You have your unique ability and your mission. Each person has their own unique ability. And then there's the client or the ideal client. yes, they'll probably be attracted, your ideal clients will be attracted to you and your unique ability. However, when we're delivering a message to them and when we're delivering services and products, that's the piece where it's not about us and it's about them. And so the most successful brands merge the unique ability of the person, of the brand, with serving their ideal client. Nike is a perfect example, and I know that's a big one, but Nike is a perfect example because they stand on their own as a brand, but they are very clear about who they are serving, and all their messaging is linked to that. And they don't care if they form controversy, if people don't like what they're saying, because they know so well who their ideal clients are that they don't care if people are going to burn the Nikes because they know who they're talking to. Their messages are so aligned with that. And before we end is something that I needed to mention, and that's about up-leveling your success. And as I alluded to a little earlier, to really be an irresistible brand, we have to bust through our fear of failure, success, disapproval, not being enough, being too much, all of our insecurities and self-doubt. Because if you don't work on this piece, then all of the training, all of the coaching, all of the courses that you're going to take, you might become successful, but you're going to you could go back or you could sabotage your success if you don't work on this piece. And so I'm going to give myself a 1-minute warning, and I would love for everyone to come off mute, and I want everyone to say, I am an irresistible brand.
I am an irresistible brand.
I am an irresistible brand.
I'm an irresistible brand.
Yes. Okay. And I just wanted to end with this piece here. There's a quote. Your mission and message are more important than any fear you may have of sharing it or them with the world. And so I just wanted to impart that no matter what, it's our mission. It's part of our unique ability, or our unique mission, to serve others in the highest way possible. And understanding and working through any fears that could stop us from living that, being that irresistible brand is always going to help us get there easier, quicker, and faster. For more help growing your visibility and monetizing your brand, go to alexandrafigueredo.com. And if you like this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications. Thank you.